Sabrina Carpenter got the New York mayor indicted. Hello, my name is Liz Ashley and welcome to my channel. So today we are talking about the one and only Eric Adams. Yes, the mayor of New York City. Now look, I love New York, okay? I've been there twice. It is probably one of my favorite cities like ever. I also love New Orleans. New Orleans and New York are like my two favorite cities. I am obsessed with New York. It is so amazing. It's such a great city, but I hate the mayor. I hate Eric Adams. And the funny thing is, I think most people do. Actually, if you don't know who Eric Adams is, he is the New York City mayor. And he is just like a pathological liar. Most politicians lie or don't fully answer questions or are like deceiving, you know. But Eric Adams, like legitimately is like a pathological liar. Like it's almost crazy some of the stuff he's lied about. He's a cop, and I guess that's why people got him elected, because they were like, oh, you know, he's gonna make New York safe. But New York is really safe. Okay. Again, every time I go to New York, people are like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And I'm like, New York is like so safe. I was walking around at night with a friend, and it was just me and her. And I felt completely safe. I felt completely safe. Like I don't know. I have issues with how people regard New York, and Eric Adams is one of those people that has perpetuated that stigma about New York. But anyway, he's a cop, always been a cop, and yeah, I'm just not a fan of him. And like I said, he's like a pathological liar. So he lies about everything. So he had this picture of a friend. Eric Adams has spoken about this friend, he says is a friend, named Robert Venable. And he was a fellow police officer who was killed in 1987 while he was a police officer. And he has mentioned this story many times. And one time he had a picture of him that looked like an old picture that he just like had in his wallet. And he like during a press conference like took out the picture. Later to find out that he was lying. And his aides made that picture, and they literally like made it look weathered, so it looked like he had this picture in his wallet the whole entire time. Like that is just like crazy to me, because I'm like, what? Why would you what possibly could you get out of lying for that? Why are you lying about shit that doesn't matter? Why are you lying about stuff that like doesn't matter? Like that's crazy to me. That like you're lying, and then that you made a photo. What? Like what is happening? But so he made this photo, and yeah, he got caught. And I guess that his age just like it's so crazy. But that's not even all of it. He also like said he was vegan. He's not. And as a person who is, it's very frustrating, because I'm like, bro, just like, I don't know. Just like, don't say it then. Just like, be like, oh, you know, I care about animal agriculture, which I don't think he does. I don't know why he lied about that either. Like, I don't know why he's lying about these things that don't matter, but he is, and it's weird. It's so weird. And he is known for many of funny moments. Like he is just like a constant goof and gaff, like constantly he is goofing and gaffing, and everyone is laughing at him. And the popular one is where he is like a long time ago, he like goes and he makes this like video about searching your child's room, and it's so funny. And like kind of it's just like, what are you saying right now? Like I just don't even understand like sometimes his thought process of what he thinks is like working well for him and what is not. I don't know.
The contraband from your home. What I would like to show here is to empower parents on how to search a room inside their home. It's imperative that you should know what's inside your household. And no one can state that you can't search a room in your own home. You write the Constitution. There are no First Amendment rights inside your household. You can look at a jewelry box. A jewelry box of this nature, maybe a simple jewelry box, but if you look through it closely, you don't know what your child may be hiding. For instance, a gun could be hidden. You should always, when your child brings in his popular knapsack with many different locations, look through it to see what exactly is your child carrying in addition to a book. Something simple as a crack pipe, a used crack pipe. Could he have found it on the street? That's quite possible. but this is a discussion piece where you should start speaking with him to find out what is he doing with it.
He also does this thing where he says that New York City is the blank city of America. So like whoever he's talking to, whoever he's regarding in that moment, he just said New York City is the whatever place of America. And it's like he does it all the time and it's so weird and it's like what are you saying?
Everyone knows that New York City is the Athens of America. It's the Istanbul of America. It's the Kyiv of America. It's the Seoul of America. We are the Tel Aviv of America. New York City is the Islamabad of America. The Zagreb of America. We are the Lima of America. New York City is Mexico City of America. This is the Dublin of America, New York City.
He's a Democrat. He's a Democrat. But he's very conservative. And again, was a freaking cop. Once a cop, always a cop, okay? This man is not trying to this man has done so much harm to communities there, especially Black and brown communities in New York. And he has spent so much money on the police force, so much money. And then started loading the subways with police officers, even though in an interview with Olay, who I'm going to shout out, I love her channel and you should check out her video on him. She has 2 different videos on Eric Adams and why he's such a horrible person. And you should check those out because they're definitely worth the watch. And she's just a great commentator. She's one of my favorite commentators on YouTube. But he even says in this interview with her or in this, it was on the Breakfast Club, that there's really not that much crime on the subways, that there are millions and millions of people that take the subways every day. And when you look at the statistics, it's really not that bad. So then she's like, okay, well then why is your rhetoric the way it is? And then why are you putting all these police officers down there if you don't need it? That doesn't make people feel safe. That makes people feel like something's wrong. And he doesn't know how to answer that. And so he said he just is misogynist and just turns his back to her, which is crazy.
Oh, you've consistently done that since the day one of your administration. One of the first things you did was add 1,000 officers to the subway because you claimed that the subways are unrideable. You and Hochul did this and said how dangerous it is, and you recently did that when you deployed the National Guard. If you are saying that New York is the safest city, it's one of the safest big cities in this country, which is true, and you're recognizing that the subway stations are in fact not half as dangerous as they're presented to be, I'm saying, how do you reconcile how your rhetoric has played into people's fear?
Okay. And not even just rhetoric, I would say the actions, because she's right. If you tell us,
which is different,
but it's the same thing though. You put 1,000 police.
But there's reasons for him to be thought misogynist. He's been sued for SA. So, I'm just saying, this man is not a good man, okay? And so when he got indicted, I was truly very happy and I was waiting on Olay's video because I knew she was going to have a video and I knew it was going to be a banger because she's known as his top enemy, and I think that's great. I love her. But after that interview, after she did that with the Breakfast Club, the New York City police force was actually going after her on Twitter, X, whatever. And they asked Eric Adams and he didn't have anything to say about it. He didn't care. He was like, oh, whatever. And this is something that the New York City Police Department does often, is go after people online. And it's crazy. It's horrible. And she felt unsafe, which I don't blame her for feeling unsafe. And it's just crazy that the mayor of New York City is allowing and almost not even just allowing, but was kind of engaging in that same behavior and almost wanting that behavior, excusing that behavior. So he also went to Rikers and got baptized at Rikers after the Breakfast Club interview thing because they were talking about, because one of the topics she was covering was Rikers and how bad it is and how horrible the conditions are and how someone just died there. And he obviously didn't want people talking about that. And so he went and got baptized at Rikers to put a different story in the news or online. Crazy stuff. This man is not a good man. All right. And like I said, when I saw that he was indicted, I was very happy. The whole internet was happy. There were memes. It was happy Eric Adams indictment day. Woo! He still has not stepped down at all. And, you know, people like AOC are calling for him to step down. He has not stepped down, but he has a lot of corruption charges. And the corruption stems from getting money from officials in Turkey. Oh, God. I'm going to say Turkey. It's supposed to be Turkey. Turkey. Anyway, and so that's what he's getting indicted for. But the funniest part about all of this to me is that there's a Sabrina Carpenter connection, which is like insane to me, because I'm like, what? So she made a video. She's on her tour right now, her short and sweet tour, and she made a video. And in the video, she's like, so are we going to talk about how I got the mayor indicted? And I'm like, what are you saying?
Damn, what now? Should we talk about how I got the mayor indicted, or?
Like, I didn't know that. And so I looked into it because I was like, what? And it all stems from a music video that she did that I also have a video on. And it was one of like my first videos. I think it was like my second video on this channel. And it's about how she did the, oh my God, it's like my favorite song of hers. Not Nonsense. It's Feather. So she did the music video for Feather. And when she did that music video, she did it in a church. Okay. And she was like killing all these guys. And it was great. Listen, Sabrina Carpenter music videos are just like superior. Okay. They're great. And I loved every minute of it. But one of the priests at the church, she did it in a Brooklyn church, and one of the priests got fired because she was doing all of this stuff in this like church, and they were mad that he let her like have risque outfits on and like, you know, pretend to kill people and stuff in this church. And so he got fired. And so I have a whole video about how Sabrina Carpenter got a priest fired. And she didn't get him fired. I mean, he agreed to the music video. But anyway, and so it was just so funny. And apparently that has something to do with Eric Adams getting indicted, which is even funnier to me. So it's actually funny because the guy who got fired for letting her in there is also being looked into for bribes and like conspiracy with Eric Adams. And that happened a lot. And if you watch Alay's video, you'll see that before they indicted Eric Adams, they started looking into and indicting people around him that he was getting kickback, like they were getting kickbacks from or bribes from. There was like a construction company that was working with him, that was like conspiring with him. And, you know, whenever he got elected, they would do whatever project for him. And it was like a whole thing. So Monsieur Jamie Gigantelio, I'm totally saying his name wrong. But the funny thing is that music video and the controversy surrounding it is what put that church and everything in the spotlight. And so that's why Sabrina Carpenter's like, oh my gosh, did I get the mayor indicted? Which if she did, I can only snap with one hand. Thank you. So they haven't commented. They said it'd be inappropriate to comment further. And, you know, of course, Eric Adams is pleading not guilty, and he looks like a clown because he is a clown. And yeah, that's the craziness of Sabrina Carpenter being connected to Eric Adams. Crazy. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that because I thought it was funny, and I hate Eric Adams and I love Sabrina Carpenter, and hopefully Eric Adams will step down. I don't think he will. I don't think he will, but maybe he will. Maybe he will. Hopefully he will. I don't think he's going to, but you know, that's anyway. But all right. That was the video. Thank you so much for watching. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers before November. So if you would love to help me out, that would be amazing. I would be so happy. And yeah, I'm going to be focusing on some content soon. I've just been really distracted with like personal things, but it's all right. Everything's going to be great. But yeah. So yeah, subscribe, like, comment, all the things. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.